a makeup tutorial on this look that you see right here all up on my face. I am really excited to be doing this look because I have been wanting to do this look for about 5 weeks now, and I was debating if I should do it or not because I was like, should I just say screw it and do a spring tutorial? And I was like, no. I gotta do it. I've been thinking about this look for way too long to not do it. 5 weeks I've been planning this look out, honestly. I've talked to you guys about it on Snapchat because I had to get this out of my system, guys, before jumping into a spring tutorial because I'm very excited for spring and summer trends. Not excited for spring and summer because here in Florida it gets so humid that you're like, brace yourselves. But spring and summer makeup trends, very excited about. I can't flippin' wait. Flippin'. I don't know why I find that such a funny term. Oh yeah, so for today's video, I'm doing a brown glittery smoky eye. And let me just tell you, it has been a journey finding a beautiful dark brown glitter. I have been online for about 4 weeks ordering glitter from all different companies. And even companies that sell like over 100 different glitters. It's so hard to find like a beautiful, true dark brown glitter. So for today's video, I use the prettiest dark brown glitter that I could personally find on my hunt. For today's tutorial, I paired my smoky eye with a really intense dark brown lip. And I'll be honest, when the dark brown lip first came to the scene and people were wearing it, I was like, no thank you, I'll pass. That looks like doo-doo all up on your lips, not for me. Within about 3 weeks, I was like, yay, doo-doo lips! I absolutely love a dark brown lip now, but it is not for everybody. So for those of you who want to recreate this look, don't think that you need to put a bold lip. You can do a nude and neutral lip and you will totally be good to go. I just want to call out this circle because it drives me crazy. It's a very long story, but people have asked questions about it, and an electrician came here and made this mark on my wall. He didn't have a pen with him and he's like, well, I don't have a pen. And I was like, well, all I have is eyeliner. And he was like, that'll work. So with my eyeliner, he was like, and I was like, that's what that is. But this is changing very soon, so it'll be gone for those of you who are like, what is that? What is that? Because I get it. I'm like that too. I'm nosy. I'm one of those girls. That's just, I get it. I'm gonna stop babbling now. I swear to God, I say that in the beginning of every single video, don't I? But anyways, keep in mind that even though that this is a really dark, smoky look, this can still be worn in the spring. There are no rules. There's trends, of course, but if you wanna rock this in like on a date night in the spring, girl, do you. I'll wear these colors all spring long, like of course. So that's the beauty of makeup. People set trends, but you're a person too, so you can set a trend. You know what I'm saying? Trends are just set by people. We're people. Let's set our own trends. I'm gonna be wearing this in the spring and summer. You do what you wanna do. That's the beauty of makeup. I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.
Hello my friends, thank you for joining me here today. First thing I'm going to do is pick up my Morphe 350 palette, and I'm going to grab this really light orangey kind of pale peachy shade. Oh, it's one of my favorites. And using the Morphe M441 brush, I'm going to put this in my crease. Today I'm going to try to keep the colors a little bit lower on my eye because it's going to be really bold and intense, so I don't want it to go overboard and go up too high to the brow. Then I'm going to grab this shade, which is a little bit more neutral, but in the same tone as the first shade that we went in with. And I'm going to pack that literally right on top. The reason that I will go in with 2 or 3 shades on top of each other is because it makes your job easier when blending out shades. When you only blend out one color, it can make it kind of difficult. You can sit there for a while. It can be kind of choppy. When you go in with multiple shades over top of each other, just a little bit at a time, it blends out easier and it gives more dimension to the eye. Now I'm going to go in with this darker brown shade. This is one of my favorite colors in the palette because it's such a beautiful brown. It's not cool whatsoever, but it's not too neutral and it's not too warm, and it's the perfect shade of brown. It's not too dark. I absolutely love it. So with that color, I'm going to do the exact same thing as before, and I'm going to pack that right on in the crease, keeping it nice and low, as you can see, all the way to the inner corner, but I'm not going to go up whatsoever on the bridge of the nose. I'm going to keep it nice and flat on the inner corner because I don't want this to be blown out too dramatic today, since it's going to be such a dramatic, intense, dark eye. I don't want it to look like I've been hit. Punched in the face is not a cute look. So now I'm going to pick up a Natasha Denona palette, and I'm going to use the shade 88V, so 88V. And now I'm using the Morphe M433 brush. This is my go-to blending brush. If you guys need one blending eye brush, this is the one I would go with. I can't live without this brush. And as you can see, this is a warm dark brown. If you don't want to spend the money on Natasha Denona shades, I would suggest MAC Swiss Chocolate. It's extremely similar to the shade. You'll get the same result pretty much. I'm going to pack that on the lid in the exact same area that I do with the other colors, really making sure that it's darkest in the crease of the eye. And then I'm going to go back in with my original blending brush with no product on it and just run over the edges to make sure that it's all blended out. But as you can see, I'm keeping it nice and light, and I'm sorry, not light, nice and tight and low on the lid so it's not too dramatic and over the top. Now I'm going to pick up a Kat Von D. This is like her Metal Crush eyeshadows, I believe they're called, in the shade Synergy. And then I'm going to dampen my brush with MAC Fix Plus. And everyone always asks, I put the product on my brush first and then I dampen it. That's how I think I get the best results. And now I'm using a MAC 242 brush, which is one of my absolute favorite go-to all over lid brushes. I just think it's perfect. It packs on pigments, glitters, metallics, everything you can think of. I just love this brush so much. And I'm going to pack that on the entire lid from inner corner all the way to outer corner, kind of as a base for the glitter that we're going to go in with. But first, I'm going to go in with a gel liner, and I'm going to be using ColourPop Call Me, which is a dark brown, kind of purple undertone in it. It's definitely a different color. It's really pretty. And I'm going to be doing just like a baby half wing today because I didn't want to leave the outer corner of my eye totally blank, but I didn't want to do something totally typical like always and do an intense, thick black wing liner. So I chose to do a dark brown, and I thought that this dark brown was really pretty because it had some purple notes in it, so it didn't just completely blend in with the rest of the look 100%. And I am doing like a baby half wing as opposed to doing a thick all over the lid wing. I wanted to keep it just the outer corner. That way the glitter can kind of speak for itself and they're not both fighting for who's boss. And then I'm going to go in with Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics, also known as OCC Loose Glitter in the shade Coffee. And I'm going to be using Too Faced Shadow Insurance Glitter Glue. This glitter glue is hands down the best glitter glue I've ever used. I've tried so many from so many different cosmetic companies, and this is my absolute favorite. So you put the glitter glue all over your lid with the brush, and then while it's still tacky, you just go in and start packing on glitter. And as you can see, this is loose glitter, and I am barely getting any fallout whatsoever on my face, if any. Like, it really is the best glitter glue in the world. I would never ever use anything else, honestly, especially if it's an occasion where you really don't want your glitter to be messy and you want it to stay nice and perfect. Too Faced glitter glue is where it's at. I'm telling you, it is the bomb. So using that same exact brush that I've used for everything else on the lid, I'm just packing this glitter all over. I just want to make sure not to cover up my eyeliner on the outer corner. Then I'm going to grab some MAC Cosmetics Reflex Antique Gold. I don't know why my face gets so splotchy. I don't know. I'm so sensitive, you guys. My face is such a mess all the time. And I'm just going to pack a little bit of that just in the center of the eye, just for a little bit more dimension. You really don't even notice that it's there. It's just going to kind of make the center of your eye pop a little bit more. Then I'm grabbing Blinking Beaut lashes. These are the style that Samantha created. Samantha is here on YouTube. Her name is Samantha with 3 S's, and these lashes are beautiful. So I just popped some of those on, and then I'm going to prime my face. I am using the Becca Backlighting Filter something. This is the Luminous Primer. I'll link it down below. I'm going to prime my entire face with that, and then I'm going to be going in with Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, one of my favorite foundations of all time. And I am back to using my Morphe foundation brush. This is the M439 brush. I was on the Artiste brush kick for a while, which I still really love that brush, but I have been back to this one the past couple of weeks. I just love it. It's one of those brushes that it's always going to be there for you no matter what. No matter what you go through, no matter how bad times get, that brush will always work. I love it. Now I'm going to put on some Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, and I'm going to blend it out under my eye area. I am using the new Kat Von D and Beauty Blender collaboration, which is why the Beauty Blender is black. I think it's super cool. Even though you can see every little speck of concealer and dirt on it, it's cool to see a black Beauty Blender. And then I'm going to take that same concealer and put it down the center of my nose, on my Cupid's bow, and on my chin. And I'm going to kind of just blend it out everywhere so that we have a nice highlighted center of the face as well, because that under eye area was looking pretty white because my spray tan is very, very orangey dark right now, so I needed to kind of even out the face. Then I'm going to grab Anastasia Banana Powder, and normally I mix this with some MAC Emphasize, but recently I have been loving just using this all by itself. I feel like it makes my under eyes look better. I feel like it kind of hides any crepey or dryness. It really brightens, and it doesn't accentuate any under eye lines or anything like that. I love it. Now I'm going to be going in with Giorgio Armani powder. I just discovered this like a week and a half ago. And oh my God, why did I ever know about this powder before? It is such a beautiful face powder. So I'm going to lightly set my entire face with this powder. That way I can go in with bronzer and everything will go on nice and smooth. I'm going to grab this color again that we use on the upper lid from the Morphe 350 palette. Using any pencil brush, I'm going to begin just to put this on the under eye area, all the way from inner corner to outer corner. But when I say inner corner, I don't like to go too hard on the inner tear duct because then it can start to look messy, especially throughout the day. So I don't bring it all the way in. I kind of just go towards the inner corner and then kind of stop right at that tear duct, if that makes sense. These shots are terrible. When I was editing this, I was like, I need to lower my camera. This is such a mess, and the facial expressions I make, I just can't. So right now I'm going in with that same Natasha Denona shade, and I'm just buffing that out. And then I'm going to grab some black liner. This is by Ardency In. I've said a million times, this is the best black liner I've ever used on my waterline. It doesn't move. It's so creamy and easy to apply. And then I'm going to grab a little bit of a black shadow on a definer brush and just stay right on that lash line and just wiggle back and forth so that it smokes out. Look at my mouth though. Honestly, I'm like all up in your face, pretty much out of focus with my mouth hanging open. Like, could I really, Jaclyn, like, get it together? Haven't you been doing this for like 3 years now? 4 years? Come on, reevaluate your life. I am putting mascara on my lower lashes. Of course, I'm using L'Oreal. What is this? L'Oreal Carbon Black Voluminous Mascara. That's what it is. And then for brows, I am going to be using the Anastasia Brow Definer. Oh, you guys are probably going to get sick of me talking about this freaking product, but honestly, you guys, it is so good. Like, I don't even care. It's getting to that point in our relationship. I am loyal. You'll be getting our invitations very soon. The wedding is happening. We are in a committed relationship, so let's just move on. I'm going to be bronzing my face using MAC Give Me Sun. I just recently purchased this product again. I was shopping on like MACcosmetics.com, and I saw Give Me Sun, and I'm like, oh my gosh, why have I not used this? If you guys ever watch like my very first videos here on YouTube, I went through probably 5 of these. Like, this was my favorite bronzer of all time, and I've been using it again this week. And I'm like, why did I ever stop using this bronzer? It's so beautiful. And I am using the MAC 135 brush to apply it. And then I'm going to do just a little bit of cooking. And I'm going to use some RCMA No Color Translucent Powder. I'm just going to let this sit here for just like 2 minutes while I just run over my face with some other products so that it's not as sloppy as I just applied it. I am putting some Anastasia Clear Brow Gel, which is the Gorilla Glue of brow gel. Honestly, it's the bomb. And I'm taking a little bit more of that banana powder and just putting it on the center of my face, my chin, and just kind of running it over like the T-zone area because I just felt like I wanted to be a little bit more defined. That way the bronzer didn't like run over to the center of my face. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend out that bakage, if you will. Oh, it's the best feeling when you blend that out and your contour, like in your bronzer, is just nice and sharp and clean. Like, I swear, I think that's my favorite part of doing makeup. Now for blush, I'm going to go in with 2 MAC blushes. This whole palette that you see here is MAC blushes. I'm going to grab Modern Mandarin. It's such a tongue twister for me. And Copper Tone. And I'm going to mix those 2 together. And then I'm going to put that on the apple of the cheek going backward towards the temple, kind of blending it in with the bronzer. I didn't want it to be too much on the apples of my cheeks though, because then I can look like I had a sunburn. So I'm trying to kind of angle it to the side and brush it back. I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold to highlight. This is my first time using it, and I think it's really, really beautiful. And for the brush, I'm using the Morphe M310 fan brush. I mentioned this in my favorites video. I have been loving this recently to highlight with. I just think that it makes it so easy and just distributes it evenly across your face, so I've really been loving it. I'm going to take a little bit of that same highlight and put it on my Cupid's bow, and then it's time to go in with our lip. I'm going to be using Jeffree Star Dominatrix, which is a very, very deep dark brown. It does have a red undertone in it, which I really, really like because there are a lot of different shades of dark brown out there. This one definitely has a red undertone, which I just think is really pretty and complements a look especially like this one. Not to mention Jeffree Star liquid lips are one of the best in my personal opinion. I'm not a liquid lip fan overall, but I do like Jeffree's. So yeah, after you apply that lip, we are good to go. So I hope you enjoy this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you soon. Bye.